welcome you all to a short video on subject called DBMS. So in the last video, we have seen what is DBMS and what are the main difference between your file system and DBMS. So what was the disadvantages in your DBMS? File system, and as a result of that, why the user moved to a DBMS concept. So as the continuation of that video, today we are going to see a new topic called data models in DBMS. Yes, we'll see what are the data models available in your DBMS, and we'll have a brief note on that. So let's get into a video. Yes, what are data models? So in the previous video itself, you will see what is a DBMS. The DBMS, which is nothing but storing some data and processing some actions with that data, performing some task with the data. That is called as the DBMS. So the DBMS, which is nothing but basically it's a container or a storage. So how the storage can be shaped, that is called as your data models. So data வந்து எந்தெந்த வேலெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி வைக்கலாம் அப்படின்றத வந்து what we are saying it's a data models. So we'll see what is a data model. Data models in DBMS are always to organize and represent data inside the database so that it is easy to store, manage and use. Think of data models as a blueprint for how data is connected, stored and accessed. So the data model, which is nothing but it's a blueprint of a data. So when we are constructing the building, we'll be having a blueprint. How the output is going to come. So same like for the database, your data model is the blueprint. So how the data can be connected, how the data is stored, and what are the access can be done in this data. So representing this is called as your data models. Yes, sir. So next, the major types of data models in DBMS. So there are basically 5 models. That is known as the hierarchical model, network model, relational model, ER model, that is entity relationship model, and object oriented model. These are the basic models of data model which are available in your DBMS. So first we'll see what is the hierarchical model. So by the name hierarchical itself, we can understand it's a step by step. Yes. So in the diagram itself, we can see there is a company organization. Inside that there is a department. So in the department, there can be a multiple departments like engineering department, sales department and HR department. The engineering department, what's the project they are going to do? So this is called as your hierarchical. This is like a structured tree like a structure. And how it works? Each parent node can have a multiple children, but each child should have only one parent. That is tree like. So navigation data is accessed through predefined paths moving from top to bottom. So this is your hierarchical model. And next one is your network model. So the network, which is nothing like it's a graph like. So the structure generally is a graph structure, and how it works is a record. That means a record or a node can have a multiple parents and children. So navigation uses pointers, that is links to move between the records. And next one is your relational model. So the relational model, which is nothing but what we are using, that is DBMS, that is your SQL, MySQL, that is like a table structures. So this relation model is the more important model in your database. So the most of the organization and educational institute or hospital, whatever the big organization, they maintain only a relational model. So it was proposed by EF Code in 1970, establishing the mathematical foundations for database. Structured data is organized into a tables. It is called as the relationship. Tables are linked via primary keys, unique identifiers, and foreign keys linked to another table. And the next one is your entity model, that is ER, entity relationship model, ER model. The structure uses the ER diagram, and how it works is like entity represents the real world object, like example student and course, attributes characters of the entities like example name, age, relationship, associations between the entities, example student enrolls in course. This is the ER model. Next one is your object oriented data model. So which is nothing but to represent the complex real world problems, there was a need of a data model that is close related to a real world. Object oriented data model represents the real world problems easily. Key components are object, classes, attributes, methods, inheritance and encapsulations. So the main advantages of your data models is data model help us in representing data accurately. It helps us in finding the missing data and also in minimizing data redundancy. The data model provides data security in better way. The data model should be deleted enough to be used for building the physical data base. So these are the basic main advantages of your data models. And next one is the disadvantages of your data model means you must have the proper knowledge of SQL to use a physical model. Even small changes made in the structure requires modification in the entire application. There is no set data manipulation language in DBMS. In the case of vast database, sometimes it becomes difficult to understand the data model. So these are the basic disadvantages of your data model. So the data model, which is nothing but it's a blueprint of the data. So we can visualize how the data are stored in the database and what are the relation between those data and how the data is going to process. So showing this pictorial is called as your data models. And this is the reference websites of your data models. So if you have any doubts, you can refer this websites. You can have more knowledge on your data models. Thank you.